Hey everybody, it's Curious. You know, I've been thinking about that 2012 Aurora shooting, the Batman premiere shooting, the guy dressed like the Joker and stuff, and it's like I'm beginning to wonder if I've got a problem with empathy because, to be honest, I'm just not feeling it. I was gonna make this video earlier, but then my neighbor friggin' was going to back in, and my fence is right by my window, and I heard the friggin' fence boards fall in. And I'm like, well, the boards are on this side, and they fell in, and it's like hot outside. I'm like, but I'm like, okay, that's no problem. And usually they say something at least, like, oh, sorry, or something. But this time they just friggin' backed in and walked in the damn house. And I'm like, well, what about me out here friggin' having to put these boards up and stuff? And then I realized, well, I'm sitting here gonna make a video going, oh yeah, too bad about those 12 people, so what, not so what, but just, Well, I'll get to that point in a minute, but then I'm out here feeling sorry for myself because, oh, I gotta put up some boards, and oh, nobody cares about me. It's like, empathy. Oh, I got enough for myself. I could sure cry when some little stupid thing is happening to me. I mean, wouldn't that tick you off? But if I was sitting in a theater and some friggin' Joker character came in and started shooting the place up, I don't know. I mean, that's the point where, well, sure, if I was there, I'd be like, God damn, I'd be like, oh, holy shit, oh, bullets flying at me? Oh, no. I'd have to remember not to trample somebody to get the hell out of the way. I mean, I kind of feel like I've lost my, moral base or something because, well, alright, I'll just say it, but it's honestly what I thought. I'm not saying it just to say it. I'm saying it as an example of why I feel convoluted about empathy and stuff, because I've watched a lot of I watched Batman my whole life. Early Batman, comic books, and then the early 80s cartoons, and then the excellent 90s Batman, and then the others, which kind of became more comical and stuff, but I didn't really care for them. And all the movies and stuff, which I didn't care for so much. I think I liked, besides the Adam West, which was just a kid's Batman, I kind of liked the friggin' 90s Batman. It had a more serious tone, although it was still comical. But the point is that these movies and shows, specifically I'm talking about the 90s Batman show and the movies, and the 80s Michael Keaton movies, they were pretty good. But they make comedy, but they make comedy by showing the scene cut away. It wouldn't be funny if you saw the scene. Like the point where Penguin friggin' throws Batman's boomerang and friggin' kills this lady by, impaling her or something. And she was doing something stupid, and there was a couple villains there. And it's like, and the friggin' Penguin goes, cheese! She goes, what? And friggin' blink. It wouldn't be funny if friggin', they showed it friggin' her gargling as friggin' half the friggin' batarang is sticking out her throat or something, that wouldn't be funny. But the other part is funny. And yet in your mind, this is the point I'm trying to get at, that's an effigy of real death and suffering. So are we, by proxy, laughing at death and suffering? I mean, because that's what my mind skipped to when I heard about the shooting and this guy dressed as the Joker. My mind kind of skipped back to that 1990s Batman where he's going like, Hey, kiddies! Hello! Welcome to the premiere! Is this the shooting time? Well, let's all have a bang! Stupid shit. And then you're like, thinking about the reality of just shooting with, a horrible context. But then you're thinking about all the people sitting there, and you heard at first the people thought it was part of the show. Really? Really? Everybody's wearing masks and stuff, but, people are getting shot, and the people in the friggin' front rows, because I guess he shot at the back more, the people in the front rows are going, yeah! Alright! I mean, there's such dark, evil humor in that. And I'm wondering, am I a horrible, horrible person for friggin' thinking this? Or am I just a friggin' oddball who only mentions it? Because other people are thinking this shit too, because they all know the genre and the programming, but yet nobody's bringing it up because that would be in bad taste. I know my empathy is fucked up. Is your empathy fucked up? And who do you blame? Is there someone to blame? Or are we just too damn sensitive? I mean, and that's the point of this video, is I'm asking this. I'm not saying, oh look, this is just a funny way to get around telling a friggin' black humor Batman joke, some tragedy. But also, how do you feel about that? I mean, I don't know why, but I'll be honest. Some part of me friggin' somehow thinks it's funny. And it's just like, why? But that's why I'm saying this video, is because I don't know why I'm honestly having this disconnect. Oh, sure, I could shut up and not say anything, but this, okay, well, that's fake, and this is reality. What the hell is reality except physics and what we interpret it as what reality is in certain contexts? I mean, there's the reality of trajectory, bullet A, how many cents of powders, gun control laws, physics, mass media, psychology, all these things that are hard physics, and then nebulous things of society and culture. And then there's frigging this fantasy world of frigging the self-coordinated reality of these shows and programmings that we all watch. And how does that relate to each other? I don't have a damn clue. I mean, and if you want to say, well, if you don't have a clue, why don't you get one? Well, where the hell's your PhD? And if you got one, does that mean you have more of a right to say anything about anything than anyone else? And if so, where the hell is this friggin' stuff at to read? I mean, that's the point. I just don't know. And that's what I'm asking you. What do you think about that Joker thing? I mean, who knows what he really said, but the first thing I pictured was like a 1990s, which was pretty grim, friggin' cartoon Batman walking in, saying some friggin' punchline, and people sitting there going, yeah, for 5 or 10 or 30 seconds, till they figured out friggin' it was real, and people started screaming and stuff. I don't know. And I don't know. What do you think about it done on the friggin' premiere day? Think that was like economic terrorism? This guy was a neuroscientist. I mean, what's with that? Did he get sprayed with friggin' Joker gas or something? Oh, okay, it shouldn't say that because that's not real. I know that's not real, but it's like almost like symbolically, it's like, what the hell did go wrong here? And is it something that went wrong because maybe we're expecting too much out of reality versus show reality? or fiction. You know, I mean, how much? Why don't they just show some of the images in this, and maybe it wouldn't be so entertaining with the big explosions and the death and the shooting and the friggin' mayhem and the blood. You know, I don't know. Who cares what I say or anyone says? But you know, I'm just wondering, where's your empathy? And I don't mean, oh, where's your empathy? Don't you care? I mean, what should we feel? I don't know, honestly. I have a black heart, so I just can't tell. I'll be honest about that right now. But maybe you could tell me. I'm curious. I mean, should we object to these films at all? Do you want to live in that kind of vanilla world? Or shouldn't we? I don't know. I feel amoral. I can't tell. You tell me. Why so serious? After all.